And so I walk out and my mom's like, holy moly. Hey guys, so today's video is a little different. This is like strictly a get ready with me while I chat about like wedding stuff. This video is gonna be super all over the place. I apologize in advance. You definitely don't have to stay and watch. I know I just had a couple people on Instagram kind of ask me to talk about my wedding planning and wedding stuff, and just, you know, full disclosure, that way you don't have to watch this whole video of me talking. I'm not like a good bride as far as like wedding planning goes. That's not me. I have not been a good wedding planner, thankfully. Not thankfully, I mean, yes, having to shut down our wedding due to COVID is a blessing in disguise for me. Personally, I have really bad anxiety and social awkwardness with that many people. So anyways, that's kind of like the short version of all of my rambling that this video is going to be. But if you're interested in watching me get ready with this look, then and me talking, then just keep on watching. All right guys, so since I don't have my mirror with me, I'm going to be using my hourglass ambient lighting powder in luminous light as my mirror, so you'll have to excuse me. So I'm not going to, it's so bright right here. So I'm not going to kind of go into each product. I'll list everything that I'm using in this video in the description, but just so I can kind of talk and do my makeup at the same time. So we got engaged in August of last year, which was 2019. I believe we got engaged like August 3rd. I could be wrong. And Eli was very much like, well, we need to get on top of, I'm holding it like this because I don't want my foundation to slip off. He was like, we need to get on top of, you know, getting a venue, and, you know, we need to start planning. And I'm like, we're not gonna get married for like a year. Like we don't need to start right now, like right away. So then like we got engaged in August, and then in October is whenever we kind of, I'm gonna put my hair up real quick. October was whenever we kind of decided to start looking at venues. I put my mirror on this couch that's to my right, and I have a nasty pimple. It's disgusting. Anyways, so we start looking in October, and every venue that we looked at was like booked for like the next year. And I was like, what in the world is going on? And he was like, this is why I told you, like, we needed to start looking earlier. And I'm like, but why? Like, if you don't know, as simple as I feel like I come across simple, I don't know. That's like legit how I am. Like, I am not your typical bride, I feel, or woman in a lot of sense, because it was not my, it's just not my thing. Like I was not the girl who's like, oh my gosh, we're engaged, I'm gonna start planning, I'm gonna have this binder, I'm gonna have all this. Like I wanted to be that person, like I thought I was going to be, but it was like, it was just not my thing at all. Thankfully the venue that we actually did prefer did have availability. We wanted to get married in October. This video is all over the place, I'm so sorry. Of this year, October 2020. And they were all booked up. So we ended up deciding, okay, well, we'll get married in November 2020 because they did have availability. And when I say they didn't have availability, it wasn't like every single day of the year was booked. It's just like all the weekends, primarily the Saturdays of every weekend were booked. And because we were planning on having, when I say a big wedding, not necessarily like going all out. For us, a big wedding meant like like a lot of people. I struggle to say that we both have big families because that's not necessarily true. I thought I had a big family, and then I met Eli, and then his family is huge. So our guest count was a lot. So the venue that we chose, it maxed at 320 people. And you would think, oh, okay, that's a lot. Okay, yeah, but we still had to cut people off of the wedding list or the guest list, because like that's how many people, like Eli has such a huge family. So it was primarily going to be family. So we were like, okay, we just need to kind of not do that. And so yeah, we went with that venue. We booked it for November of this year, and that was that. I found my dress at a boutique here in San Antonio called Impression Bridal. And at the end of October of last year, completely by accident. Like, I was not planning. Like, we were just looking because it was like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, like, as a bride. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? And I bought, like, so many books and all this stuff. Not books, but, like, magazines. And we even hired a wedding coordinator, which, that's a whole thing. So we go in, and we're just looking around. And I thought I knew what I wanted as far as a dress. And I ended up going with the complete opposite. I would totally talk more about my dress, but Eli watches my videos. He is, again, my #1 supporter, and I love him so much for it. Because he's like genuinely interested in my videos, and he'll ask me like, so did you end up like liking this product, or did you end up buying like other things? And I'm like, he's like, do you want those things? He's just such a sweetheart. So yeah, I can't tell you all about my dress, but I will say this. The dress I chose was a dress I had seen at like a wedding extravaganza that we went to like a couple months prior. It was the only dress I had like been interested in. So then when we went to Impression Bridal, we walked in, and there was a wedding dress, this beautiful wedding dress, on a skinny little mannequin. If you don't know, if you can't tell, I'm a bigger girl. Like, don't let like my floating head fool y'all. Like, I'm a bigger girl. I'm a size 16, and that's like fitted. You know, I wear like extra large to 2XL shirts. So I'm a bigger girl, and so we walked in, and I was like, I told my mom like, oh man, like that's a beautiful dress. And my mom was like, yeah, it really is. Sorry, I'm gonna connect my charger really quick to the phone. Okay, so I told my mom like, that is a gorgeous dress. And she's like, it really is. And completely different than anything, the style, the anything. Like, I'm a pretty simple person. Like, I'm not, like, I like luxury. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like you don't have to go like glitz and glam to be beautiful and luxurious, and that's just how my mentality is, like, for everything. And not that it's glitz and glam. I mean, it kind of is. But anyways, my mom was like, well, I mean, it's on a skinny mannequin. Let's just keep looking. We'll ask like where the plus size is. And I was like, okay. So we go, and he's like, oh, don't even worry about plus size or this. He's like, we can order your dress in whatever size you need. Like, what style are you looking for? So we picked out, I think, like 8 to 12 dresses. And don't get me wrong, they were all nice, but they didn't like speak to me in any way. Like, they didn't, it was very on trend. Like, all the dresses I was trying on were very on trend with like the style of the time, and I'm not like that. Like, I like what I like despite like what might be going on around me. And yeah, it wasn't what I preferred. Like, none of them were what I liked. And so I asked him, when I say him, it was my, like, the person at the boutique who was like taking care of me and waiting on me. I don't know if that's the right word. Like every video I'm like, I don't know if that's the right word. Words are hard. So anyways, he's like, well, he's like, do you want to go back out and we'll pick out some different dresses? And I was like, okay, Joe, like, for real, can I try on that dress in the front? Like, I know it's on a skinny mannequin, but like, I can't stop thinking about it. Can I just see if it'll like go over my body? And he was like, of course. So he pulls it out. So he goes and gets the dress and he, you know, puts me in it, and immediately I'm like, oh man, oh, flip. Like, first of all, I don't curse, so if you ever hear me say flip or biscuit, those are my code words for things, because I don't curse. Like, someone has to really make me mad. Like, I'm not trying to be uppity or anything. I don't like cursing personally. Like, I don't care if other people do, but for me, like, I don't like it. So I make up other words. But yeah, anyways, I was like, what the flip? Like, how can I love a dress? Like, it's just a freaking dress. And then I walk out, and my mom's sitting outside. Not outside, but like, there's like this room full of mirrors, and like, it's like the wedding, like the bride, whatever. And so I walk out, and my mom's like, holy moly. So yeah, that was it. Like, that was my dress. So we ended up, you know, starting the process of buying the dress. I mean, we picked the dress, and you know, the dress is paid off in payments, and it was my mom's gift to me. It was not cheap, just FYI. Like, if y'all are getting married, if you are going wedding dress shopping, like, dresses can range from $100 to thousands of dollars. For me, this was my gift from my parents. I say my mom because she went with me, but it was a gift to me from my parents, and I'm very blessed that they were able to even afford, you know, to even go to a boutique like that, you know. So we got the venue, the dress, and so then we had already decided on our theme, which is going to be fiesta themed, because Eli and I met at Fiesta, which is a big downtown San Antonio party, basically, for 2 weeks. And we met there. If you don't know, I think I have a video, like, somewhere down the list of how me and Eli met. But yeah, so we met there. We're both like Hispanic and Latino, so we really want to dive into our culture and celebrate that, and not make like our like special day along the lines of a different culture. So we really just wanted to bring it back home. So we're doing a fiesta theme, and I was really excited for that, just because, let me tell you for real though, I was really excited because we went to go taste like different caterers. We went to go taste different caterers' foods, and we found the one that we wanted, and oh my gosh, it was so good. Oh my gosh. So we were gonna have little street taquitos, not little, but we were gonna have street taquitos. We were gonna have fajita, brisket, and shrimp. I know that sounds like a weird not like together, but like, oh my gosh, like each person was gonna be served 3 tacos with like rice, beans, and then we were gonna have like all these things. I was more excited about the food than about the wedding. So, I mean, not the wedding, like the ceremony, yes, but like, I'm a kind person, and I will always be kind to people. But as far as like, I'm not a social butterfly. Like, I don't go out of my way to make friends. I don't go out of my way to, like, get attention. Like, I know that doing YouTube and having an Instagram kind of like is the opposite of that. But, like, for me, I'm going into all types of things right now. But, like, doing YouTube is different. Like, I wanted to start doing YouTube because I couldn't find women who looked like me doing reviews on shades that, like, on my number shades. Like, if I was looking up a foundation and I was looking at a specific shade, like I couldn't find that. So I started doing YouTube for that. And for one, like I love makeup, like I love luxury makeup, and I'm not doing this to like gain like numbers necessarily. Like if I can make something out of it, that's one thing, but I want to stay true to myself. Another, going off topic, like I tried joining this group that you pay for to learn how to do social media stuff, because I'm not social media savvy. Like I can do Instagram, I don't know how to work Twitter. That is so hard. So I was learning, like I joined that about 2 weeks ago, and then like there's a Facebook page that you know, you get invited to from signing up, and I noticed that most of the people that were posting or commenting or whatever are people who are looking just for numbers. And now about me, a little bit about me, I am a quality over quantity person all the way. For everything. Like I'd much rather have 100 subscribers that are genuine subscribers, people who genuinely want to watch me, people who are genuinely interested in what I have to say, rather than just having all of the, like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just like, I'd much rather have a small like community, a small like family community here on YouTube or Instagram or wherever. Just even in my real life, like I don't have friends, I don't have a bunch of friends. I have my best friend Vanessa, and I have a small group of, and it's not like a group like we're all friends. Like I have friends here and here, they don't even know each other, like, you know. So very small, like maybe 3 people that I talk to on a monthly basis. Eli's my best friend outside of my family. He is my best friend. He's my best friend. I love him. That obviously I'm marrying him, so I can spend every day telling him stuff, and like we're both genuinely interested in each other's like lives and interests and stuff like that, and we both want each other to thrive. And I'm going all over it. I'm so sorry if you even are interested in what I have to say at this point. So the food, I was really excited about the food. I'm kind of sad that, you know, anyways. So then there's just a lot that goes into like wedding plan. Like I was really stressed out about, okay, well, like I like schedules, I like organization, and I was like, okay, so what's gonna happen like between this time? Like what am I supposed to do? And our, what's the person? Wedding planner was like, oh, well, I'll take care of it all. Like, you don't have to worry. Okay, great. We had like decided on the caterer, but we hadn't like put money down because we had finally decided in March on the caterer, and at the beginning of March, but I had a training to go to in the middle of March, so I wasn't able to go, like me and Eli weren't able to go put the down payment together. And so we were gonna wait till I got back. Well, like I had an out of county, out of town training. So when I got back, actually I was in Galveston at the time when like news of the coronavirus was spreading like wildfire. Everybody was freaking out, and like on the way home my parents called and they're like, hey, we're just letting you know, like we're not gonna move forward in paying anything for the wedding. So my parents were gonna pay for the venue and my dress, and I'm very, very blessed with that. And I was kind of getting overwhelmed because I'm like, okay, I can't pay for the venue, like what am I gonna do? And you know, I feel really stupid now because I was freaking out, and turned out like stuff was about to get real with the coronavirus. And I apologize to my parents for that. Okay, I wasn't gonna share anything, but now that I'm thinking, so I used the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in 7.5 for my foundation, and then I used the Pat McGrath Labs concealer in LM14 for all over the lid, I used Taboo all over the lid. This one right here from the Mothership, or the, what is this? Midnight Sun palette. And now I'm going in with Wicked Envy on the corners. But anyway, so we were kind of like, Eli and I were kind of like freaking out, and he's, between the two of us, he's the one who's like calm. Eli's the rock. I'm the dramatic one. I overthink things all the time. He's like, everything's fine, like we'll figure it out. So that was in March, and then at the end of March, that was mid-March. At the end of March, that's when everybody started like getting laid off. Not me, I didn't get laid off, but like legit, like people started getting laid off, and Eli and I were like, holy moly, like what are we gonna do if we both get laid off? My job's pretty secure, you know, for the most part. So I knew, you know, I wasn't necessarily in jeopardy, and he was told from his job that his position wasn't in jeopardy either. So everything was put on hold. We didn't move forward with the caterer. We didn't do anything with the wedding. In addition, like I didn't feel the need. I don't think I'm a good bride. Like the wedding part of this whole thing wasn't appealing to me. Like it actually gave me really bad anxiety, and like I would joke with Eli that I was going to be drunk on our wedding day, and that's like all the time. And at one point Eli was like, okay, like you keep saying this and now like you're worrying me, like what's going on? Are you like not wanting to get married? Like, and it's not that at all. Like that's just a lot of people to entertain, and to have people, like it's just a lot of people that's like gonna be focused on you. It's a lot of attention, and it really overwhelmed me. And I was like, of course I want to marry you. Like I don't know if I can handle that pressure, that anxiety. Like it was anxiety. So I know I'm going all over the place. Again in March, right before I had left for my training, I had gone for a fitting. My dress had come in from being ordered, and I needed to go get fitted. I just needed to see if it fit, not necessarily an alteration. I took my mom, my sister, my best friend, my future mother-in-law, future sister-in-law, and my future niece. I know, it's a lot of people. But I wanted to, like, I don't like people to feel left out, and like my future niece, she's the only girl. Like I'll have one nephew and one niece on Eli's side, and she's the only girl, and I wanted to include her. I also only have one niece on my side of the family too, but she's only 3, and my niece on Eli's side of the family is 13. So I didn't take my 3-year-old niece just because she's so little. She's not going to remember anything, and she probably would have made it more difficult, to be honest. So I just wanted to make that quick edit. And my mother-in-law doesn't have a daughter, so I wanted to include her as well. So we went, and I was very uncomfortable, but I'm also like a very accommodating person, so I was not gonna let that show. But my future sister-in-law was like, once my sister, my mom, and my future mother-in-law kind of walked away, they were all looking for dresses for themselves too. My future sister-in-law was like, hey, like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm really fine. Why? She's like, you're like hyperventilating a little bit. I was like, it's just, you know, it's a lot of people, and I don't know how to handle it. She's like, yeah. She's like, it is. And I'm like, even this, like, even having, you know, the people that I love here looking at me, like, was a lot. And she's like, she's really great. I love her. She's like, you know, you don't have to have a big wedding. I was like, you know, for the most part, like I know that, but Eli wanted a big wedding, and like there's an age difference, in case y'all don't know, between me and Eli, and I wanted him to have that. Like I want him to have everything that he's wanted, because I love him, and he's the same with me. He wants me to have the things I want because we love each other. And you know, it wasn't like a bad thing. Like I love my family. I wanted my family there. So anyways, this video is gonna be really long. I don't know if anybody's gonna watch this. I ended up putting Skin Show Moon Glow on top of my lid, and I kind of regret it, but you know, what are you gonna do? Then months have gone by, everything was shutting down, and then the wedding venues were like, all the wedding venues in Texas were basically cut down to 25%, I think, of people can be in the venue, and that's super small compared to the amount of people we were going to have. And it becomes hard whenever like that amount of people, like about 275 people were family. Neither of us like really have a lot of friends. We're very much quality over quantity. So, and then it became hard, like, who out of your family do you tell you can't come to my wedding, you know? That was really hard for me. Again, I'm a very accommodating person. So we finally decided in June that we were going to go ahead and cancel the wedding. And for me, I was okay with that. Eli's okay with it too, but you know, I understand, you know, wanting a big wedding. Most people do. I feel most people do, at least. But like, it was for me, like, I'm really excited now. Like, I'm more excited now, and I have butterflies, and I'm like legit genuine excited for our small wedding that we're going to have with our immediate family, like literally just our parents and our siblings, which each of us have. So he has a brother, and I have a sister and a little brother. So like, it's not that many people, but I'm really excited because it's going to be so intimate. It's going to be, you know, very, like, to me, meaningful. Not that, I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, all of that to say, I'm not a very good bride. You know, I don't have very much advice on that. You know, I met a girl yesterday at the dentist's office who we were talking, and this is really hard. Hold on. We were talking about, you know, oh, she's like, oh, you're engaged. I was like, yeah. She's like, I am too. I was like, oh, really? She's like, when's your wedding? And I was telling her, oh, it was going to be this November, but we've actually decided to cancel. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Where were y'all gonna get married? And I told her, she's like, oh my gosh, we're getting married there. I was like, oh, really? She's like, yeah. And we just were talking, and like, she definitely is the type who, you know, like your typical wedding bride, I don't know. Like, she's like, it's been so stressful. Like, we've been doing this, we've been doing that. Let me tell you, I didn't do much. Like, I did not do anything. And that's not because our wedding planner did anything either. Like, it's just not in me. Like, I didn't have that desire to like have binders full of wedding planning stuff. Which, I mean, I guess I should have. Like, if we were still having the wedding, like if Corona didn't like happen, and we were at July what, 21st or 22nd, whatever day it is right now, I'd be so screwed, because like I haven't done anything. So but like the big things were taken care of, so I was like, oh, it'll work itself out. Like, we hired a wedding, you know, coordinator. Like, hopefully she'll figure it out, because I don't know what to do. Like, you can see by, like, you can tell by this video how scatterbrained I am, and how much I did not put into wedding planning. like when we got engaged, I started following this girl here on Instagram. I mean, here on Facebook. I don't remember her name, but it was all about like her wedding planning experience, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be me. But like, I just didn't feel the desire. I didn't feel the need. I just was not interested in all that. So anyways, we decided to have a small wedding, and the only reason why we haven't had it yet is because we are planning on buying a house in September, and we want to wait to be able to live together. So we've made it this far not living together. I'm sure we can make it another month, Lord willing. You know, we don't know what's gonna happen, but Lord willing, we can make it another month, and that'll be great. I'm just again putting what is it, wicked envy on my lower lash line. But yeah, so that's my wedding information. I'm so sorry. It's probably nothing like what y'all were expecting. It's just not my thing. It really isn't. I love Eli, and I can't wait to be his wife, and I can't wait to marry him. As far as like a wedding goes, like I just don't have the desire. I just want to quickly add that I definitely have the desire to have a wedding. It's just not a big wedding. I definitely want to wear my beautiful dress and walk down the aisle with my dad and, you know, be presented to Eli and get married in this beautiful ceremony. It's just not a big wedding that I necessarily desire to have. I just want to quickly make that distinction because I'm very excited for our small but intimate, meaningful wedding. More than anything, like the reason why I wanted a wedding was because I wanted my family there. Like my grandparents, I don't get to see my grandparents very often, or my tias or my tios. They live in the valley, which is in South Texas. Well, that's what South Texas is called, is the valley. So I don't get to see them. And I did want them, I wanted them to see me get married, you know, but I love my family and I don't want to put them at risk. The real crappy thing though is that our venue, I don't know if I should say it. I'm not gonna say it because we still might get married there. And what I mean by that is, like, they offered us to use the ceremony site to have an intimate wedding. Sorry, my back was itching. Anyways, the sad thing, the crappy thing on that is that, like, they are not going to issue any refunds. So had we had paid the full amount, like, we would not, I say we, my parents would not have seen that money. Like, it would have been gone, which I think is real crappy. Like, people right now are going through so much, like, they don't need to worry about a wedding venue not giving them their money. My opinion, whatever. I'm gonna go get my lashes. So anyways, the things that we had paid for as far as like the wedding goes, was my parents had put the down payment for the venue, which was $1,600. My dress, which is now it's paid for, but at the time it wasn't, but we had put down payment on it. We had paid for all of the placemats that we were actually going to use as like for the center of the table, which are gorgeous. I'll post a picture of those after the wedding because we have a plan for them. We were going to use them at the wedding and then we're going to do something with them. So I'll post a photo of that, you know, once we're able to do what we were going to do with them. I think that's it. It wasn't too much that we had put into the wedding, but still, like, it would have been really fun. Like, I want to have like a big party, but where it not be like a wedding, where it's just a lot of like formal just too much. It's too much for me. I'd love to have a party and have the same theme and have everybody over and we'll play games and have drinks and it be more informal once we have a house, and not 320 people wise, but you know. I can't even explain to y'all like how like removed that like bridal excitement is, but what I can explain is that same excitement and giddiness that I feel brides have while planning their wedding is how I feel towards marrying Eli. I know that sounds like really like, I don't know, lame, but I cannot wait to marry my best friend. Like, I don't know, he's just like, I know like you hear people say like, yeah, that's my better half, and he's not my better half, but he is my other half. Like, I don't feel complete without him. Like I feel like a piece of me is missing if we go too long not seeing each other or talking, especially talking to each other. Like, and shoot, I think he feels the same way about me. I'm pretty sure, but I don't want to speak for him. Yeah, like planning this wedding was completely different than what I expected. Like, before we even got engaged, and I'm not wearing my rings just because I don't have them at the moment. Don't freak out. Like, we're still together. Oh my gosh, I swear, like, if I don't wear my ring to work, everybody's like, oh my gosh, what happened? I'm like, okay, look, I just forgot to put them on, like, or put it on. Anyways, I'm gonna put this lash on real quick. So, I know my lashes look a little intense, but they're still drying. But yeah, I don't get like why I don't feel that way, but yeah, I'm eager to start my life with him, you know? Like, and I understand that marriage isn't perfect, and that, you know, when people tell me, you know how many people have told me since we've been together, like, oh, that doesn't last long, like, wait till you're married or wait till you're living together. And I get that things are going to be different. Like me and him are very different in certain living aspects, which I think is common between men and women. Golly, like, do you know how many people have said, well, you know, I hope it works out for you, or I plan on only marrying one person in my life. That's my plan. That's what I'm gonna work towards. Like, marriages, all relationships, you know, there's ups and downs. Like, you got to put work into it, and I get that, and I hope that we're able to withstand the test of time. But like, I don't need like people to discourage our relationship or our marriage, you know. I don't know, it just bothers me. Okay, going in with my Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Swish and Glow blusher in shade Pillow Talk. I don't know what I did to it. I think I poked it with something. I'm sorry that this video isn't as as fun as I guess any of us intended it to be, or thought it was going to be. Any of us thought it was going to be, I feel. I apologize. But I will say, you know, I'm an open book. If you have any questions, I can try to help you. I don't know. All right, I'm just gonna finish. I'm gonna throw a lipstick on. All right, guys, this is my finished look. I just threw on the Gucci lipstick. They met in Argentina. It's a little scraped because I guess the packaging is off a little bit, but that's the lipstick I'm wearing. My nose is always itching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. This is just a little get ready with me, chat with me, wedding information. So in case I did not cover it because I don't remember, I talked so much in this video. We did cancel our wedding, our big wedding, and we are having a very small intimate wedding, which I'm really excited about personally, and I know he is too. I think he's just like me at this point, like we're just ready to be married. So yeah, I'll post pictures whenever that happens. It'll be sometime in September. We don't really have a date. It'll probably be like a backyard wedding, something, you know, super small. So I'll keep you all updated on that whenever it happens. Let me know if I'm the only one who feels the way I feel, who is a bad bride. Not that any of y'all are bad brides. I just feel like I myself am a bad bride. Eli's been wonderful. I'm always telling him like, oh my gosh, should I have been doing these things? He's like, it'll be fine. You know, again, he's my #1 supporter. He's my best friend. Like, I truly get to marry my best friend, which, you know, I was about to end this video, but just a little bit of my past. When I was younger, you know, I feel like everybody has like at least one heartbreak that they go through and that changes their life. I had my first real heartbreak when I was 20, and I really thought that I wasn't going to find love again. I know it's really dramatic, but yeah, at that time I really thought that was it. Like, I'll never be able to find someone who loves me like that again. And you know what? Like, God is so powerful and so amazing, because Eli loves me more than that person ever was able to or capable of. Eli loves me in a different way, in the best way possible. Eli is not, he's not the type to post all the time, like, photos of me or me and him, and like, he's not about attention either. And at first, like when we first started dating, I'd ask him like, how come you don't post pictures of us, or how come you don't post pictures of me or whatever? And he's like, I don't feel like I have to. Like, this is our relationship, it's not everybody else's. And don't get me wrong, like we'll each post here and there like a photo, but we're very private people. Like, our relationship, our lives are our lives. Like, I'll post, clearly I post about makeup and stuff, but like our lives, like, we don't necessarily need to share that with people. And we've talked about like maybe him and I doing like videos together on here on YouTube, just like you know, fun videos, like questions or whatever. But like, as far as daily vlogging or stuff like that, or like posting all the time about what we're doing, I don't know, like, we're just not that way. We don't feel the need. I'm gonna start putting myself away as I talk too. And not that there's anything wrong, that's just not our preference. And yeah. So yeah, Eli loves me in a way that I didn't even know that I needed. Like, you know, I feel like social media makes it seem like your significant other should hype you up on social media all the time and talk about how great you are and all this stuff. But you know, from my own personal life and my own experience, by him loving me differently than what the world says you should do, he lets me shine all by myself. Like, and I know that sounds like he's absent, but he's not. Like, he supports my independence, which is wonderful, because we're both big babies with each other, big babies, that I can't even imagine, like, if I depended on him to make me feel a certain way. And I remember, you know, when we first started dating, I haven't really touched on this channel, or really on Instagram or anything. I suffer with like self-image issues, that kind of stuff, and I have for years. I'm 27 now. You'd think that I'd be over it, but I'm not as bad as I used to be, but it's still something that I go through. And I remember when we first started dating, I asked him, you know, it's like, you don't post about me, like you don't like do these things like publicly, and it doesn't make me feel like I'm beautiful, or it doesn't make me feel like I'm valued, or, you know, you don't make me feel beautiful, or all these things. And I remember him telling me, it's not my job to make you feel a certain way. And like, that made me cry. Like, I cried a whole bunch, and I was really sad. And it took me a while, but I get it. Like, it's like makeup. Makeup isn't what you should rely on to make you beautiful. Because makeup is just, honestly, like, if you're not beautiful on the inside, makeup's not going to help you. Like, makeup is an enhancer. And Eli is my enhancer. Oh my gosh, don't cry. Don't do it. Anyways, I know I get super emotional. I apologize. Eli's my enhancer, and I really think I'm his. Yes, he does make me feel, you know, beautiful and loved, but he's not, like, I don't rely on him for that, and that's a great thing. Like, I don't rely on anybody for anything. I rely on him as my partner, and to support me, and to have my back. But as far as me and my issues, like, he enhances the good, and I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, Eli's the love of my life, and my best friend, and I hope that everybody's able to find that person for themselves, because it's so wonderful. Like, it's not just love, like it's this deep connection, because like, we want the best for each other, and we didn't even start out friends. Like, we started as I mean, anyways, you know, we didn't start off as friends, but we have grown into friendship. It's so weird because this video is so long. If you're still here, I'm so sorry, and thank you. If you're interested in my life, thank you. But like, when we started dating, like, we had more problems when we started dating than we do now. Like, we fought so much when we started dating. Probably any other man or any other woman would have been like, shoot, I don't need this, bye. Like, and not that it was like fighting out of like being, it was just personality differences, really. Like, we just fought so much, and I was so emotional because I didn't have, like, because I was trying to rely on him for things that I shouldn't have been relying on him for. Like, I don't know, I might be an emotional person, but I'm very independent, and I was independent before my ex, and then I relied on him for everything. Not like money wise, but like emotional wise. I relied on him, and then when we broke up, I was like, oh crap, like, what do I do? And then with Eli, like, Eli's very much like, you need to be happy, like, you need to be happy on your own, and then like, we come together and like, we're both happy, which makes us happy, you know. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's how me and him are. And like, Eli has unknowingly, like, and unintentionally helped heal a lot of things that I have, like scars and pain and self-image issues, and I'm still struggling with that, but you know, I'm trying. This is out of my comfort zone in a way. Like, I love talking about makeup, but putting myself out there is what's out of my comfort zone. and he encourages me to, and he watches my videos and tells me how great I did, and you know, what people might be interested in, and he's just a wonderful partner. I love him. I don't even know what the words are for how I feel about him. But anyways, guys, this is my final look. It's a little darker than I intended, and I don't know if this matches or not, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm so sorry for all of the ranting, all of the talking, but I mean, hopefully that answers any questions that y'all may or may not have had. I feel like such a dork, but anyways, guys, I really enjoy communicating with y'all via either here or Instagram. You know, I really love the community that I feel like I'm becoming a part of, if not am a part of. I might not be big here, but I am very grateful for those of y'all who follow me and who take interest in what I have to say. Again, I laugh. It's just because, like, I feel like I'm such a dork, like, and that, like, people are interested in what I have to say is wonderful. But I'm like, are y'all dorks too? Because I feel like I'm such a silly person. So anyways, I'm not calling y'all dorks, guys. I'm just, like, you know, like, we're real and we're not, like, fake. I like that. So anyways, thank you all for stopping by. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. You are the real MVP, and I will hopefully see y'all soon. Bye, guys.